Hey, this is Shannon. We're here with Russell, my honey. He's been driving the shuttle carts for about 5 or 6 years for the Wine Fest, and we thought we would make you a video this year so you could check out all of the things you need to know about driving shuttles at the Wine Festival so our guests can have an amazing experience. So I'm going to turn this over to Russell, and he's going to tell you some great stuff.
Number one rule, beautiful smile as soon as you pick them up. So behind me is going to be your volunteer parking spot. It's kind of hard to see, so I'm gonna go ahead and move out of the cart, just give you a little glimpse. We have a couple things in the parking lot that is going to be a challenge. First thing is that tree right there that likes to drop the crab apples. Please don't park your car underneath it or near it, okay? Back up a little bit and the boys will be here to move you around. So, volunteer parking lot is on that side. And then our drop-off is going to be directly right there. We're going to take you through a route of that as we go through today. You also have behind me this huge field. That huge field is parking for guests who are coming. You will not have to go back there to pick them up. We don't. They come under a tent and the Boy Scouts are going to take care of you. Behind me is the school parking lot. This one we utilize more. Once this field is filled up, then we'll send them over here. A lot of people will park there just on their own, but you're going to be able to pick them up as well and drop them off. So we swing through that parking lot. We're going to take you on all of those routes right now. Back to Shannon.
All right, here we go. This is going to be a bumpy ride, but I think we can hang on to it. So, all right, all clear. This is Montgomery. We don't have to worry about traffic jams around here. Okay, so sometimes if you can, you'll make the loop around without having to put it in reverse because it is going to get a little congested during Wine Fest time, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're going to stop and I'm going to flip you around and show you the route as you travel through the school parking lot.
All right, here we go.
All right. Over here to the right, when it gets congested and packed, people are going to park all up along this right side. We just stay to the left and we go through. We'll pick them up at their vehicles and their cars and drop them off. So we're going to take this initial route, and you'll notice, even though it says no parking, people will park there. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
When we get up to the stop sign, be very careful of cars going in and out. They will not see you on your golf cart, so make sure you're paying attention. So if you look back to the right, it's kind of hard to see, they will come down from Ransoms, and they'll want to park because our signs say to park, our event parking is located down here.
Yes, yeah. So this year we have sponsors for each of our shuttles, and you're going to have a sign across the front. So you'll definitely want to be careful to look over your window glass because our signs will be up there. So let me turn it back around as we take our route into town. Here we go.
Okay. So customers will come in, and I'm not too sure what you're seeing. There we go. Customers will come in and they'll park right there. After you pick them up, this is our beginning route.
So like Russell said from the very beginning, it is great to have smiles and hospitality, and you want to be welcoming, and you want your guests to start the party as soon as they're on your cart because we want them to have a great time and a great experience in Montgomery. All right, as you're driving down Clipper Street, we come to this stop sign. This is Prairie, and it's the farmost eastern street coming down the historic district, and we're going to take a left here. We're going to let this car go first. And we're going to turn this direction.
All right, a couple things to do while you have customers on your cart. Number one question, is this your first time to the Montgomery Wine Fest? You'll get the answers such as, this is my 10th, I've been here every year, awesome. Then let me tell you about a couple things that we've changed up, or if it's a new venue or whatever we're doing different. If it's first-time members, ask them where they're from, how they found out about it, what's going on. That way we can get some feedback to see that if our marketing is doing what it's supposed to do. Over here to my right, you're going to see the community center kind of through this gentleman's backyard. I'm going to lift this up a little higher, okay? The community center is directly behind there. Cool features. This gentleman has is it three or two donkeys?
Two donkeys.
Two donkeys. His donkeys will come up to the fence. People are going to love it. Talk to him about the donkeys. But just past there is the community center. Let them know about restrooms. There are 2 restrooms, men's and women's, outside the community center and some inside the community center. In the past, we had our wine pickup there. We're not doing that this year. So when you reference it, don't tell them to pick up their wine there after they buy it. It won't be there. So inside the community center this year, here is.
Oh, that's just for our artists. Actually, this year we have rented a giant stage, and when you look through this field, you're going to see this giant stage, and it's pointing all the way down McCowan Street. It's going to be really amazing. So that's going to be an exciting flip for this year. We've also got our main beer over here, some more vendors, some more food, but music's going to be the biggest thing happening at the community center this year.
But go ahead and let them know that as they come down, this is the end of the festival. So there is no more past this community center. Wrapping around the community center like usual will be vendors. So first Saturday vendors, some people that they're used to, familiar faces and so forth. But parking, folks are going to park wherever they want. So you will see parking signs, no parking, all down the street that we take you through for the pickup and drop off. There shouldn't be any cars here. On the back side, they'll be parking wherever they want. So we're going to continue on.
All right.
All right.
We got it.
Now, you're going to come up to this first street, and it's Mason Street. This gentleman's property is his property, and we usually have this road barricaded. So I'm going to look to the right. This is Mason Street. We do not use this street. Let this car go by. We only use this street with our golf carts. No cars are going to be going down this street. It's usually roped off. There's a lot of no parking signs. But if you look past the stop sign, when we loop back around, that is our pickup for our customers at the end of the day to take them back to the cars. So remind them first, that is the only pickup. We can't pick you up throughout because that's going to upset some people who have been standing in line waiting if they see them on your golf cart.
Exactly.
It's not a fun day when they get upset, especially.
And at the other end of this street is also the ticket booth so that they can go ahead and pick up their wine glass, all their tickets for all the alcohol that they need for the day. That's going to be on this street as well.
And then a lot of them will actually have their bracelets on and purchased it online, so they will have it and they'll be ready to go. Like I said, some of them are old hats and they're going to be excited just to be back. So they'll actually ask you, hey, drop me off here. Tell them, no, we can't drop you off here. We're going to take you to the beginning of the festival, okay? So don't stop in this location. You can point it out, but continue your path on. Just slow down.
We've got other businesses that are around this street that'll be open and they'll be doing great things. So if you want to point out some of the other businesses around, that will be really good. Back behind there, and they'll see it as they are as they're riding the cart with you. All right. Oh, we got somebody moving in. All right, we're coming up to the next street. We'll be able to point out a few more things. Let's turn this guy around again.
We're going to stop here at Caroline, and you wouldn't stop on your route, but you can point it out. I'm going to pull up a little bit because we have a truck coming through. Sorry about the camera angles. Where that truck is turning down there, that used to be one of our stages. The stage has moved directly across the street right next to Cozy Grape. It's a new parking lot. That also was where our giant tent was for the wine festival. It's no longer there. So the wine festival is actually the main street. Shannon knows the name.
On McCowan. So where that white kiosk is, right on the corner, you're going to see the tents going all the way down the street. You can point that out. That's where they're going to taste all the wine. At the end of that wine walk, straight down all 15 wineries, there's going to be a cashier on one of those buildings at the end. It'll all be labeled. So you will see starting right at the white kiosk, that's where they're going to start the wine.
All right. So a couple things to point out. I had to let that truck get out of the way. But right across the street, and here comes another car, so we're going to back up. Right across the street from there is the play area. That's where Sonic has set up for the kids to play throughout the day. Parents can go there. Shannon will give you the cost. We'll explain that cost.
It's $5 for children, so you can tell them all about family friendly. You can take your kids over there. Of course, it's not a drop-off. You can't leave them there, but you can go in and parents get in for free, of course. The kids are $5 each. And all the bouncy houses, Sonic will be there, lots of other vendors just for kids.
Okay, so we're going to continue on. You will see, hold on. You're going to see a barricade right here. 2 barricades usually to close this off so cars don't go in and out. People will move that barricade throughout the day. You also have to drive back through this, so there's going to be a small enough gap for you to get your golf cart through. But it's not going to be open to the public to drive in and out. It just creates havoc downtown. All right, so we're going to continue on, and we're going to go down here to Your Mama's Barbecue. This is our first and only drop-off, okay? So good rule of thumb, swing to the right because cars are going to try to go in here. This is the location that you're going to see our giant on Butler Street right here. We will have the giant wine fest invitation bottles. It's Shannon's design that comes in.
Yeah.
The big entry is going to be right here. You're going to drop them off and remind them it's Big L. It goes down the street and then goes straight back to the community center. From this location, you will have a beer tent set up right there so they can get started early and enjoy their time. You also have live music, and it is
the open mic stage, so they're going to be locals. Yeah.
So open mic stage, and then there's vendors and some food down here,
yeah.
But the food is at the other end near the main stage, okay?
Yeah.
Just directly in front of it, you're going to see a lot of food trucks this year.
So
that's
there's
a little
lot
different.
Going on this first end, so every street has some great stuff to offer, as well as our local merchants. Encourage your guests that all of the businesses are open. All of them that have retail would love to have them come in and learn about Montgomery, check it out. See some of the stores, encourage them to really discover Montgomery. More than just the vendors of the music or the wine, we want them to see our town.
Yeah. 2 important keys. The first one is if they didn't bring money, if we don't have a vending or ATM set up,
no ATM.
They're going to have to go over to Brookshire Brothers, or they can go to the gas station right here.
Well,
Just
most places do have the credit card anymore, you know,
yes.
with the swipe and the square. All of our stations are taking credit card as well. So.
But if they didn't bring cash and they need their kids to play, or if they find a vendor where they just want to pay cash and they don't have it set up, just send them over to Brookshire Brothers. When you are turning around right here, be very careful. So I'm going to flip the camera over to Shannon and she's going to film it, because as you can see, there's going to be cars stacking up right behind you.
It's like a three-way right here, so we have to be really careful. All right, let's wave.
All right.
Okay.
So
we got it.
What we're going to do is we're going to take you on the route back to pick up customers.
So now you've already dropped off your guests and you have an empty cart. There's not going to be people walking right here probably. So you've got an empty cart. You're going back into the back side of the festival. I'm going to turn it around so you can see. We're going to go ahead and turn between the barricades like Russell said.
It's going to be tight. You're going to go right through here, one to the right, one to the left.
Yeah.
This is Caroline Street. We're going to go down Caroline Street. We're not picking people up here.
Right,
They're
they won't be back here.
They're going to look at you, their legs are tired, they've been out, it could be a warm day, whatever it is. You're going to take a right on Maiden.
This back road alley won't have people probably. You should be able to come back here with some of the parked cars for some of our merchants downtown. This is kind of our hiding place behind the scenes.
And up here at the stop sign, you're going to swing over to the left, and you'll see we usually have a pickup sign that says, hey, we're going to pick you up there. Let's keep it face forward.
All right.
All right.
Right at this intersection.
Right at the intersection of College and Maiden. This is our swivel, and we're going to swing. And I'm going to go ahead and take this back real quick. We're going to bring you out. You're going to pick them up right there on that corner spot. Load them up in your cart. Ask them if they had a great time, and then take them back to their cars. So let's see where you drop off your people, again, on a full route real quick, and where you come in and you check in, okay? So the check-in is just behind us. Shannon's going to talk to you about that.
Yeah, we don't even have to drive to do that. Let me just point to it. So we're going to be headed back to the parking area for just a second, but Russell's going to show you. You see the metal canopy up there? And right in front of that, we're going to have a tent down on the street, and that is going to be our MAC headquarters. That's where volunteer check-in is for every position at the whole festival. You'll be able to check in right there, and at the beginning and end of your shift, you're going to come right here to the pickup location to be able to get on your cart if you're trading and letting someone, relieving them of their shift. And when you're done with your shift, you'll be able to leave the golf cart right here. So it can either stay right against the curb here or pull up in front, and you'll just have a little parking space there. And you'll check in and check out over at the MAC tent headquarters, and that's the end.
That's the end. So what we're going to do is we will practice running through with it, or with you one time, and Shannon will be my guest, and I'll walk you through how I run this approach, okay?
All right, here we go. We're going to just turn it on around.
Why don't you stop it?
Well,